Before I start this video, I just want to say this video is going to be a pretty long video. So, because here I'll be actually explaining everything, like everything about the music, the drop, the melody, the sound, the effects, and everything, like every musical stuffs and all. Like, I'll try my best to show everything I can, unless I forget. Anyways, but I'll try. So, this video is going to be a long video, so bear with me. Hey, Treknovan here. Today I'm going to show you how I made my music to the stars. So today I'm going to show you how I made like everything. So how I made my intro, how I went with the build up, then the drop, then breaks, and like all the thing. I'm going to show you what I did for the effects and all, how I went with the melodies, how everything. I'm just going to show you everything. I'll try my best to show everything. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm gonna start off with the intro. So I already had this idea. First I didn't have the melody, but then I had the idea that how I wanted, because I was inspired by the song Sun Goes Down by Fabian Mazur. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Anyways, that song is amazing. I love that song. So that song had this energy. It was amazing. It was huge, and I loved it. And I wanted to go in a similar way, and of course not copy the whole thing off, but then I wanted to go similar, like I wanted that type of music. So that's what I wanted first, like that. So getting that hard drop and all like that. So let's get into the software. So as you guys know, or if you didn't know, I'm using FL Studio. So I started off with this little upriser, I guess I would say. So what I did here is, this thing is actually a little funny story. As you see this part, which is this. This thing is, I made this, I made that myself, which is like, first when I just started off, I just finished this part, only this part, I had only this part, I didn't have other stuffs, only had this part. So what I did was I exported this part and then reversed it. I exported just that part and then reversed it, and then if you actually see this is actually the whole song. So I reversed it, and then it had this cool effect at the end, which I liked, and this is what I wanted. So, and this kind of loops up. Yeah, you get the idea. Then I had this, and then this chorus out. I don't know, like I got this with Nexus, I guess. I don't know. I forgot what I got this with. Let me see. So this is the chord progression. This. Yeah, you can copy it down or something, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Oh yeah, so this is actually I did with this direct wave. So I used layer here, which is one of them is, it's like a O, and then one is like, so this both together, I'll actually show you in a bit what is the whole thing is. So then starts off with the intro, is this piano. This piano has that scary type of vibe, and that's exactly what I went for. So I did that with Nexus and this octave AB piano thing. So it has the main thing of this, which I like the most, is it has that delay. So I really like the delay. So it has that delay thing, which kind of perfectly matches. And then there's this little loop, I would say. It's not arpeggio, because I wouldn't call this arpeggio, but then it's kind of a loop. So and then I used a filter. I used this one as well in direct wave. It's like an electric piano, I guess that's what it's called. Anyways, most of the things I use presets, because I have no idea how to make sound. I'm still new, you know. So yeah. So yeah, as you can see at the end, I kind of like, I know there are like VSTs and stuff where you can actually like stretch the like audio up and all. Honestly, I don't know how to do it. So I just went off like that. So it works the same way. And then I filtered it up, which is here. I use the effector. It's a great filter plugin. It filters. It's really okay. So yeah, that way. Oh, I actually forgot to show you about the effects. So let's go back a little. So the effects for this guy, it's pretty loud. I didn't use much. I only got rid of the highs. I mean, sorry, the lows, and a little of high because it was kind of like causing that step of thing, which I didn't like. So got rid of those. And then this Spitfish, which is actually for vocals mostly, but then I use it here as well because it helps here as well. It helped me get rid of the S thing here. So it's a free plugin, so you can actually get this. And then I use a Camel Crusher to kind of compress it and make it a little louder because the sound was really low. And then for this one, for this I did the same thing. I kind of boosted up the mid ranges, like sort of like low mid type of thing, and then got rid of the low, and then got rid of a little of highs because that was also creating the same thing. And then I do, you know why I use that. And then Camel Crusher for same reason, and then sound degradizer. God damn it! Yeah, this to kind of hype up the sound because I needed that. And then I used the reverb and fruity delay because that sounds cool. So yeah, you see that there. It's like it's really less, but then it's there. It does have a effect. And then there's your choir, I guess. So yeah, this is actually the melody of the choir. So then comes this guitar part. So I think like guitar part is really cool for like in my opinion, because what I did here is first I use this phaser thing for doing some stuff, but then so I made it mono, and then I got kind of I didn't get rid of anything. I just boosted up a mid-low sort of, and then kind of got rid of the highs, and then use the sound degradizer. Yeah, got it. Okay, so I got that to kind of boost the volume up, and then the phaser is what does the cool thing, and then reverb is just reverb. So it does this. You see, it's I don't know. It's the significant like sorry, the effect is actually not that much, but then it's there. Then what's the cool part about this is I got another one, same thing, but then this, I got that panning effect. So I got both of them. One is just normal, and another got the panning effect, which will like go to from right to left to left to right, that thing. I got both of them there because if you're not listening with the earphones or headphones or anything like that, you can still hear everything. But then, and like even in earphone and headphones, like mostly earphones, if you're just listening with one earbud, you will not be able to hear the guitar parts in some of the parts. That's why what I did was I kept one as a normal one and then another one as the pan shifting, so you can actually hear everything anyways with whatever you're hearing. So altogether it sounds like this. So if you're wearing headphones or earphones right now, you'll be able to hear that effect. So then I used sub bass here because I wanted the intro to be a kind of a hard hitting intro, but not that hard hitting, because so I used the sub bass, but then I didn't use any kicks or anything like that, any drums or anything like that. So it's not really that necessary to show you this. So this is the I don't know what you call this, melody loop, whatever. So there. So I didn't do anything here, just got rid of the highs, that's it, and made it mono. So after that there's the channel volume for that thing, that this melody. Anyways, so let's go back, and here I use this sub bass, which is a little interesting one, I would say, which kind of glides. So this is what it does. If you're wearing headphones or earphones right now, you'll be able to hear it. So yeah, I wanted that because I wanted to have some space. I would say, like, I wanted to have some, I don't know, like some difference and stuff. I just didn't want one thing going on all the time. So I wanted to spice stuff up. And then there's this thunderstorm. Yeah, so that it starts off like that. That's pretty much it for the intro. So now I'm gonna talk about the I guess it's called break or something, like after intro. So the vocal, I'll be talking about the vocal processing and all. So the vocal is sung by me. I sang the vocal. I'm not a good musician, so I'm gonna be honest here. I used it's autotune. So I did use autotune to fix my vocal because I am not classically trained. I never sang, so I had to sing. So I recorded my vocals with the cell phone because I'm poor and I don't have a good mic. I actually do have a mic, but then that's bad. It's really bad. It doesn't really work. So the microphone of the cell phone is actually better. So I use this one, the cell phone. I don't know if it's. Anyways, this, and I made a DIY pop filter. It's barely alive, but yeah, I had this some circular thing, as you can see. So I just taped a cloth around it, and it actually works very good. It works really good, and for a pop filter and all. And I had this some stands and all, so I'm sometimes just like, keep it there and use it as my pop filter stand and all. So that's how I just do it any way I can because, budget is tight. So yeah, that's how I got with the vocal. So let's get back into the studio. What? Anyways, so I'll just let you hear the vocal altogether, like how it actually sounds with altogether all the effects and all everything.
Take me to the stars. Take me to the stars.
So here I did actually a couple of things there. So the first one, which is this.
Take me to the stars. Take me to the stars.
I know it's a little distorted around like here. For some reason also a little here. I don't really know why, and I was just way too lazy to actually record it again, so I just kept it like that. Doesn't matter. So what I did here is I'll show you the vocal processing. I forgot where it is. Okay, so I used Fruity Shaper to make it a mono because other things were there which were stereo, and also I wanted that to be in the middle. So this is the main thing. This Rovi, this is a free VST, and it helps you to turn a male vocal into a female vocal. So what I did was I turned it into female, and then there's this mix which can help you to make kind of like a duet. So that's why you're hearing my original voice and the female voice together. So I kept it at the 62, which kind of mixes both of them together, but then my one is a little lower. So just for fun, let me show you how my actual voice sounds like.
Take me to the stars.
Wait a second. You know what? Better, I'll just turn everything off, and then you can hear how my voice was actually. It was what? What am I saying? Never mind.
Take me to the stars. Take me to the stars.
So yeah, there. I don't know. It's autotune, by the way. use Newton. This Newton is not working out. Anyways, I use Newton to auto-tune it. So yeah, and then I used Rovi and then Parametric EQ to actually get rid of the. I use it to get rid of the low ends and then kind of use it as my vocal for my vocals. So I got rid of the those mid highs for the like some of the S stuffs and all. Then a lot of highs, also a little of mid low because I didn't need that. And then Camel Crusher for compression and make it a little louder. And the Spitfish, as it was, I used it before for removing the S thing, and then reverb, and then Newton, and then a little of delay. And then yeah, that's it. And then for the other one,
Take me to the stars. Take me to the stars.
I pretty much did the same thing, nothing much.
Take
Yeah, it's not. I didn't do much. Just I used. Oh, sorry. I did this thing. What do you call this? I turned the. I use this preset called bass. So this bass, what it does is it turns the vocal into like ultra manly vocal. So I use that to make that type of stuff, and that's it. Others were just same. And then I use this melody. It just goes on, and then the sub bass, and then the semi gritty bass. Yeah, that's it. And then I use this. This is like a heartbeat. It's actually a heartbeat. So this is what there, because as I said, I wanted to be a little scary, sort of the spooky type of thing. So I use this heartbeat. Yeah, you get it. And then I use the sparkles thing. The main reason I actually use this sparks type of thing is because the vocals were distorted in here.
Take me.
So when the sparks and whatever this thing is going on, it kind of just feels like it's natural. Tricks. So the whole thing is actually like this much. It's a big thing, so I just like looped it up this much because that's all I needed. So yeah, that's it for that. And then the next part, I use this. And then I also use the guitar riff and all. Everything was same. So the only difference, like different thing of here is the gritty bass here. Yeah, so that's there, and then also this kick. So I turned it into mono and then got rid of a little of a high end because I wanted everything of it because it sounds good in that way. So I made it mono and then that, and then there is a snare here. So also here I just kind of boosted up this part because this is the main part. As you can see, this is actually the main part here. So I just boosted that up and then got rid of little highs and made the low ends because I needed that part. So that's all. And the others were just same. So it's all, and then I use a piano. So I kind of just like went a little, I don't know, just I added more elements, so it gives them a little more flavors to it. Yeah, that's a good word. So here I use this loop, which is I guess oh yeah, sorry, I forget what I used. So for this I used what did I use here? I used the reverb, so it kind of I'll actually show you. So I use this reverb, which is like the dry is very low and then wet is super high. It's like all the way up. So it kind of gives up that it as it goes up, it kind of like just mixes up with the environment. And then also I automated the sound volume of it, so it goes up. This is not really, so this goes like that. See, that's the thing which I did here. So now I'm gonna show you how I made the build-up. So in the build-ups, what I did was I kept the melody, this one, keep on going, and then I use this. You get that, and then the vocal, because that's kind of like the main element here. So sorry, here. So yeah, I filtered it up. So where are you here? So I filtered it up here. So this is the filter that's used. So it kind of like goes up, so it filters it up. And then I use this impact. Also this white noise to, you know, kind of like go, you know, it's like it gives you that feeling that it's now there, like it's the build-up. So yeah, it slowly just goes down, and then the snare, the basic, you know, the basic 4-bar loop. So here I send it to this channel where this reverb is there for the reverb, and then I boost it up. So the reverb is like here, this is the reverb. I kind of like got the wet a little, and then I increase the size and the what do you call this? Decay, sorry, decay. So it kind of has that. So yeah, that's that basic thing. And then I use this little sub bass, like going downhill. Ooh, it gives me goosebumps. Then I use this white noise. Also this white noise, this actually has the automation, so all of the impacts, like all those impacts I'll show you, like yeah, all together. Sorry, there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So after that, the second part of the build-up, it's so this is where everything goes up. So I use this kick with the snare. So, you know, then there's this thunder, and then there's this riser, also this kind of like this impact, and then this impact, and then the sub bass with the automation of the volume. So it goes pretty fast, like it goes low pretty fast, and then yeah, and then this all together. So yeah, there's this two risers I use. So you know, all together it just gives you that thing that it's gonna go now. It's gonna go now. So a funny story here. When I was actually doing this, at first it was like this, and then it would drop. But then I mistakenly deleted this. And then I didn't notice that I deleted that, and then when I actually played it, and then it suddenly stops here, like as you can see. Sorry, I'll just play from here so you'll understand better. You see that? It's like it just stops there, and then it also stops totally around here, like. That thing, like that kind of like shocked me, like whoa, what happened? Like I didn't know, because I thought that this part, oh, I'm so sorry, like I thought this part was all still there, but then for some reason it wasn't working. I thought like that, then I saw, and then like, oh, it's not there, and then like it sounded good, then I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna keep that. And then I got the idea of that part of the drop. So this is how it came. Yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about the drop. the main element of the whole music. So the drop, I used 2 layers, and then I didn't use any white noise. Then the vocal, and also let's go in the software. So here I'll start off with the vocal, which is just like this.
To the stars.
I sang this part too. I had to sing it again. First I tried to use whatever I had and tried to auto-tune it and change the pitch of it and all, change the notes of it, and it didn't work. So I ended up singing it again, which was a burden for me because I'm too lazy to actually sing again. So I had to sing again this part, but it was fine. So this is how this sounds.
To the stars.
So yeah. And then it kind of just loops.
To the stars, 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 stars.
Yeah. So now I'm going to show you how I made this. Is like the main lead. It's not lead, but then so I made this in C. I didn't make it. I'm sorry. I don't claim of making it. It's a preset. So the preset is called chord. That's it. And then I automated the LFO tool. I mean, not LFO tool. Sorry, the LFO of it. So this is the automation of the LFO, so it kind of changes speed of the movement of the LFO, so which is this. Oh, I'm so sorry, I actually have this to turn it on. Yeah, there. Now let's go. So what I did was here, as you can see, this part, so this is what I automated. So it kind of like goes like slow, then normal, then fast. So that's what I did. So this, I'll show you how. I'll show you what I did here. So I used the parameter EQ to get rid of the lows and a little boost of the mid range, and then also a little, like I didn't like this part. This part was weird for the whole thing, so I just got rid of that. And then others were just a boosting of a little, and then I used a sauce. Why the heck? What happened to the sauce? Never mind. I'm sorry. So I use a sauce finder to kind of like, you know, make it crispier, saturate it a little, and then kickstart because of the kick. And but I also actually use the sidechain here. So I use both of it. Like I use sidechained it with the kick and also use a Kickstarter. So it kind of does like, it gives a better, like I wanted the kick to stand out, so I used both of them to give that bigger feeling and all. And then effector and reverb like for effects and all, so that's not really necessary. So actually I didn't do much of a thing because the sound originally was really good. It was good like from before, so I liked it the way it was. So I'm gonna show you the chords if you want to like see the chords. It's in a, I guess it's a D major chord. I don't know music theory. I guess it is. So this is the chord. So this was actually like the original one, and then I used the alpha tool and also do that. And now the second part, which is this, which is like the layer of it. So as I said, I don't really know how to use these stuffs. Actually, I only use presets and all. As the previous one, the LFO was already set up, so that's why it was easy for me to just automate it. But then the other one, which is this guy, the card name is Simple 7 Lead. So this one, it didn't have that, and I did not really know how to connect it with it. So what I had to do was I cut the melodies up. I chopped it up in the exact way the LFO tool was working the other one. So that's how it is. And this one is totally stereo, as you can see. Which one is better? Oh, this is not actually stereo. This is stereo actually. I use the stereo S3, I guess. I don't remember, but yeah, this is stereo, and the other one is like semi mono. So this is actually, if you didn't know this, you can actually turn it all the way down, like I did it here, as full stereo, and the other side is like full mono. So in this one I used stereo shaper, and then also I got rid of these low parts which I didn't want, and also the high parts which I didn't want, and also the low parts I didn't want. And sauce refiner, same reason. And then kickstart, I give the hard kickstarter because this was actually this sound was actually disturbing my other sound, so I kind of just like got rid of it somehow. But then I needed that because these two had to work together, or else it wouldn't sound good. It would just sound everything was in the middle, so I needed a little space around. So altogether, like both of them together sounds like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, I did the same mistake. Okay, here. So as you can see, it does make it a little difference, but not much, but it does. It actually gives a little space around it. Okay, so that's actually that's it. That's the melody, like the main lead melody. And now I'll talk about the drums and drum loops and everything. What I did here. So I layered my kicks, also my snares, because I wanted kind of punchy, but not. I wanted a hard punchy, but yet a little. I wanted some. I don't know how to explain this. I wanted some variety. I don't know how to explain it. I'll just show you. So this is the drum, like all together, like the kick. So yeah, I wanted something like this. So the actual, like the main thing which you mostly will hear is this, and then there's this. So what I did here was, I'll show you the first one. It's pretty like hard, punchy. So I made it mono, and then I got rid of a little of the which you normally cannot hear, like human ears cannot hear it. And then I got rid of a little of the low ends, high ends, because I wanted everything of the kick, because the kick sounds really cool by itself. And then the other kick which I did is totally stereo. I actually made the kick stereo. I know it's a weird thing, but then it actually sounds better with it. And I also got rid of the kick, low end of that kick, so it doesn't interfere with my other kick. So they both together actually like match up and sounds like this. Okay, so that's the kick. And then the snare. So snare sounds like this. It's a reverb snare. So this is one, and this is one. So this snare is actually normal. I didn't do anything with it, and I just kind of also did the same thing. I got rid of the low ends and boosted a little of the mid low, because that's almost the main part of the whole the snare. And then the other snare, the other snare, which is this I made it mono, and I almost did the same thing here as well. So they both are like together. So I sent them both to the channel, this one. I guess I sent them both to this channel. Anyways, this has the reverb, so I sent them here. Yeah, I actually sent them both here. So yeah, this channel is covering that too. So that's pretty much it. And then I use this. It's kind of like effect, but this also snare. But then the snare is like this. So the kick, the drum, everything sounds like this. So that's actually the loop, and then it just loops again. So that's my drum loop which I made. So now I'll talk about the bass here. So the basses and stuff, all the things that goes on. So this is the sub bass. So I chopped the basses up because there was I used this semi-gritty bass. So that the sub bass was actually interfering with the semi-gritty bass. I love this one. So I had to actually like chop them up so it wouldn't interfere with that and all. So there's this gritty bass again. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, this is a gritty bass. Shut up. So this is the gritty bass, which is like there. It kind of like sits there. You cannot really hear it, but then it's there, and it kind of actually like adds some tune to it. And then there's, so yeah. So now I'll talk about the vocal. So it starts off like that, as you've heard before.
To the stars, 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 stars. To the stars, 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 stars. Stars, 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 stars. To the stars, 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 stars.
So yeah, as you can hear, there are like lots of pitch shifts and all. So this is the main. This is like one of the cool things I want to show you, which is I took the clip, the audio clip, and then I took it here in the Harmor. So I took that in the Harmor and added some reverbs and stuff. Did I? I actually didn't. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I actually did not add reverb there. I added here. Yeah. Anyways, so that one I got rid of the lows, and then I made it like super stereo. Put the reverb, and then I fattened it up a little with the sauce fattener, then Camel Crusher for compression and Kickstarter. So it goes along with the kick. So that's what I did. So then I pitch shifted the audios of the stars, that thing, so it kind of goes. I did it in the sampler here as well, like here itself, which is like I changed the pitch, so it goes like
stars, 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 stars.
And then I also did this thing a little more, and then a little less. So I went on a lot of things and like just did those stuff.
Stars, 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 stars.
And then this one got like this part goes. Oh, I'm so sorry. This part goes up, and then this part goes down.
Stars, 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 stars.
Yeah, so that's actually the vocal. That's it. That's how it works. And others are same in the same pitch. So yeah, that's it. That's actually the drop. So I wanted to actually say what I did in here in like the second part of the drop. So what I did here was, so there's this thing which is actually as I said, which I did here previously. This part I'm going to zoom it. I do not want to frack. Okay, back. What I was going to say is, so as I did in that, I just like exported in that thing. So it's that, and what I did was I kept this one here and I chopped that part up, so it sounds like this. Also this, I kept this part, which, anyways, and then second part there's this guitar riff, the mute guitar riff, and then I did not keep the pan, the pan shifting because it wasn't needed. So I also kept this part at the end, like almost at the end. This. So yeah, that's actually it. That's the drop. Okay, now I want to talk about the break. Then the break is not that much. Then I'll talk a little about the second verse, and then a little about the drop. So the break is this. So what I did here was the classic thunderstorm, and then I kept on looping this. And then there's this the vocal loop.
Stars, 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 stars.
It starts from here actually.
To the stars, 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 stars.
So I automated the volume so it goes down, and then I also used this white noise, which I also did this. Here is where I did that panning thing again. Sorry. So what I did here was I used that I automated the reverb, so it kind of like, you know, vanishes with the environment. So then I use this crash here. I like this crash. So there's this guitar, so I use this guitar in Nexus. I got this guitar from Nexus, which is this from Classical Guitar GT Guitar Strummed 1. So it sounds like this, and it's actually pretty, like, it sounds pretty natural, and I like that. So I got rid of the low here and also a little high, and then use the camel crusher to kind of make it louder, and the Sash Fattener, same thing, saturated stuff and all. And then I use this semi-gritty bass, and then this car. That's actually it. That's all there is. And then it just kind of like stops here a little, like, and then the verse, the second verse, the same thing, exactly same thing. The only difference is here, what I did was I automated the volume of the guitar. So what it does is it goes from, I'm sorry, I actually forgot to tell you something more, which is here I like, there's this piano thing as well, that I guess it's a music box piano, but then it doesn't sound that much of that, but it does sound like, it's confusing. Anyways, so this is how it sounds. So yeah, that's the only difference there. And now after that it's all just same, and then coming to the build up, the second build up, the little difference that is there is I kept looping the vocal of this. So I filtered it up as it goes on. Since other things are same, then I use the kick and the thing, I changed the kick a little. Oh, I actually forgot to tell you one more thing, which is I kind of messed around with the snare, which is I changed the pitch and all, so it kind of goes on like this. And I also actually forgot to tell you that this the rising of the snare, it is also actually in the previous one, the previous drop, which I mean previous build-up, which I forgot to show you, but you saw it here, so yeah. Well, this now, okay, I'll just go quickly, like rapid fire in the second verse of the second drop, which is exactly the same. The only thing I changed was the LFO of that. So for changing the LFO, I also had to change this. I had to change the choppings of that. I also had to change the gritty bass of that. Just like I had to match with this. So the lead, the LFO of the lead now sounds like this. So yeah, that's actually it. Other than that, it's all actually same. I kind of went a little different with the drum loop, but it's more or less same. It's not really a big thing. So other than that, everything was just same. Everything is same, and then the last part, it's this. So yeah, that's actually the end of the song. At the end, what I did was I kept that piano, that electric piano, which sounds like a music box, and I kept that semi-gritty bass. I used this this car. Kept the guitar. I kind of got the volume of the guitar low. Also use this white noise. And this is the end of the vocal, which is
Stars, 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 stars,
yeah,
stars.
that's it actually. So this was pretty long video. I know it was a very long video because I kind of went on depth, I guess. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of things because that's what I do. I forgot stuff. So let me know if I missed anything or not, so I can like explain it to you if you really want to know something about like anything here, if you want to know about it. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was educational because there are actually some people I've seen who who are just starting off right now, because I know some of the people who are just starting off right now. So I hope this will be a really good tutorial for you people, how I go on with my music. So you know, you can get some ideas and stuff. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoy. I repeat the same thing again. Anyways, you guys will see me next time because I cannot see you. I'm talking to a camera. So let me know if you guys want to see more of these or not. I don't know. I like to do these. I'm still gonna do it even if you say no. Ha. So see ya next time. You will see me next time. Bye bye. Trek Navan.